This is Chris Videos. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both my TikToks. They'll all be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my AEW Dynamite November 23rd, 2022 reviews. So here we go, discussing about Dynamite. Now, we kick off the show with William Regal. Now, he tells everybody that MJF is not here tonight, so on behalf of MJF, that they are not going to be speaking about the situation that went down at Full Gear, and they'll talk about it next week because MJF is on a movie set. So yeah, that's what William Regal's saying. But then Jon Moxley comes walking out. He gets on the apron, and as soon as he gets into the ring, Bryan Danielson comes running down, getting in between William Regal and Jon Moxley because Jon Moxley just wanted to tear William Regal apart. And Bryan Danielson's pleading with him, gets on his hands and knees pleading with him, and Jon wouldn't listen, so he slaps Jon one time, and they both get face to face, and he grabs the mic, and he goes like, "Look, I care about this man because he helped me through tough times, and I know what he did to you on Saturday was wrong, and he shouldn't never done it, and obviously, and I even want to know because I don't even know what happened either, and he cost you the world title. But I want you to know, please don't do nothing to him because he suffered through neck injuries and all that stuff." So yeah, that's what Bryan Danielson was saying. So he kept on pleading with Jon Moxley, and Jon Moxley kept on trying to think it through and all that. He grabs the mic, he gets face to face with William Regal, and then he goes like, "Hey, I want to tell you this. I got one request, and that's for you to run, turn around, walk away, and never come back." And that's what William Regal did. He got out of the ring and walked away. So yeah, that's what happened. Pretty good segment. I'm interested to see what else will happen with all these feuds. So yeah, pretty good stuff. But then after that, we see Renee Paquette interviewing Keith Lee, and she's asking like what's been going on with Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland. And then Swerve Strickland comes up, him and Keith Lee gets face to face, and Keith Lee tells him to choose his words wisely, and Swerve Strickland blocked the camera with his hand and said, "Let's talk," without the camera. So yeah, that's what they said. And up next, we're going to be seeing Orange Cassidy versus Jake Hager one-on-one for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. So yeah, see you guys later. Until then. So the next thing to happen on AEW Dynamite, it was a one-on-one match. It was the first match of the night. It was the AEW All-Atlantic Champion, Orange Cassidy, with Trent Beretta and Chuck Taylor, best friends, versus Jake Hager with Matt Menard and Angelo Parker and Daniel Garcia, the Jericho Appreciation Society, in a one-on-one match for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. So yeah, Orange Cassidy versus Jake Hager. And it was an okay match. Jake Hager's been, I guess, playing the character of every time when he wears a hat, he gets magic, I guess, and, he can actually beat somebody down when he loses the hat. Everything goes wrong. So yeah, I guess that's what it is. It was back and forth and everything at one point. We see Orange Cassidy get locked on by the ankle lock by Jake Hager. So yeah, Jake Hager locked on the ankle lock on him, trying to make him tap out. Orange Cassidy turns around, trying to kick him and stuff, and then he grabs the hat and throws it. And then Jake Hager punches him in the stomach and then grabs the hat, puts it back on his head. As soon as Jake Hager turns around, he gets hit with an orange punch and then gets rolled up for the 1-2-3. So yeah, Orange Cassidy defeated Jake Hager and has retained the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. That's what happened. Pretty good match, though. Go check it out if you have yet. But then, after the match ended, we see QT Marshall with the Factory coming out, and they surround the ring and stuff, and his mic, he was talking on the mic, and then the mic cut out on him, and it looks like they was about to attack Best Friends, but then all of a sudden, the lights go out, and we see a woman on the ramp, and it was Julia Hart. She was there, and she says, "We are here." And then we see Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, and Brody King, House of Black. And they make their return. They beat down Best Friends, and then they beat down the Factory, laying them all out. And then they beat down some security guards as well. So yeah, the House of Black is back, and Malachi Black grabs the mic, and he says, "House of Black members rise." So yeah, that's what he said. Pretty good stuff. So yeah, the House of Black is back, and Not only that, Orange Cassidy retains the AEW All-Atlantic Championship. So yeah, for the match and what happened after the match, I'll give it all 2.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. So yeah, I will see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a one-on-one match. It was Ricky Starks versus Ethan Page one-on-one with Stokely Hathaway at ringside. So yeah, it was a one-on-one match. It was the finals of the World Title Eliminator Tournament. Winner of this match faces MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship at Winter's Coming on December 14th. So 3 weeks, I want to say. So yeah, in this match, it was a pretty good match. It was back and forth and everything. At one point during this match, we see Ricky Starks trying to hit a suicide dive onto Ethan Page, but Stokely Hathaway pushes Ethan Page out of the way, and Ricky Starks crashed and burned. Referee kicked Stokely Hathaway out of ringside because of that, and then it was just one-on-one finally. It was going back and forth and everything. Ricky Starks almost rolled up Ethan Page for the 3 count, but Ethan Page kicked out at 2, and that was after Ethan Page was trying to hit the Ego's Edge onto Ricky Starks, but Ricky Starks landed on his feet and then he rolled him up, obviously. And then it was going back and forth and everything. Ethan Page was doing pretty good, hitting some roundhouse kicks onto Ricky Starks. But then at one point we see Ricky Starks hit a spear onto Ethan Page, and then he hits the 3rd spear for this match, well, the 2nd spear in a row, but the 3rd spear in the match, onto Ethan Page, and then he pinned him for the 3 count. So yeah, Ricky Starks defeated Ethan Page tonight, and he will be challenging MJF for the world title at Winter's Coming. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good match. For this match, I'll give it 3 stars. That's why I'll give it. It was a pretty good one. So yeah, Ricky Starks versus MJF for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship at Winter's Coming, December 14th. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a 6-man tag team match. It was Kenny Omega and Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, the Elite, versus the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Pac, Rey Fenix, and Penta El Zero Miedo Death Triangle in a 6-man tag team match. This is the best of 7 series. This is the 2nd match in the series. And yeah, it was a pretty good match. Now, there was some stuff in this match where, you know, they're in Chicago, so CM Punk, and then, yeah, we have Kenny Omega doing a GTS at one point, and we actually seen one of the Young Bucks trying to do, like, the buckshot lariat and botching it on purpose, like how Punk did. So, yeah, that's what they was doing in the matches. But other than that, it was a pretty good match. It was going back and forth and everything. And it was a really good match for sure. At the ending, we see Rey Fenix taking out Kenny Omega and one of the Young Bucks. And then we see Pac, another one in the ring. And one of them actually hit the low blow onto Pac while the referee was distracted. And he grabs the hammer because his brother slipped it in for him. I think it was Nick Jackson that grabbed the hammer. And yeah, he had it. And Penta actually comes up behind him, and for some reason, I think Nick was making out with the hammer. Like, giving it tongue to metal, I guess. That's what happened there, and then Penta grabs it, hits Nick upside the head, and then Pac goes for the 3 count. So yeah, Death Triangle defeated the Elite tonight in the 2nd match of the Best of 7 series. That's what happened. It was a really good match. Go check it out if you haven't yet. Probably their match at Full Gear is probably a little bit better in my opinion, but this one was still good. One of the best matches on Dynamite this year, probably in my opinion. But other than that, it was a really good one. For that match, I'll give it 4 stars as well. I'll give it. It was a really good one. So yeah. But then after that, we see Renee Paquette come down to the stage on the ramp, and she was talking about Thunder Rosa. The AEW management has talked to Thunder Rosa because they don't know when she'll return, and instead of there being a interim AEW World Women's Champion, Thunder Rosa relinquished the title, and Jamie Hayter is now officially the AEW Women's Champion. So yeah, that's what happened there. Jamie Hayter is officially the Women's Champion. She comes down with Britt Baker and Rebel, and Renee was about to interview her, but then Britt Baker grabs the mic and starts talking to me. We don't need the word interim in this group. She is officially the AEW Women's Champion and going to be great at it. So yeah, that's what she said. But up next, we're going to be seeing a triple threat tag team match between the women. It'll be like Ty Conte and Anna Jay versus Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter versus Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale up next in a triple threat tag team match for the women. So yeah, that match will be happening up next. And later on tonight, Chris Jericho will be going against Ishii for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship later on tonight. I think that'll be the main event. So yeah, see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Dynamite. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite, it was a triple threat tag team match. It was the AEW Women's Champion, Jamie Hayter, teaming up with Britt Baker with Rebel at ringside versus Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale versus Anna Jay and Ty Conti of the Jericho Appreciation Society in a triple threat tag team match. Now this match was a pretty good match. It was all going back and forth and everything, like getting tagged in. Sky Blue was doing pretty good. Actually hit Code Blue at the ending, I think, onto Ty Conti, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was, or Anna Jay, one of the two. And she almost get the 3 count, but that's when Britt Baker comes up, super kicking her upside the head. Jamie Hayter comes in, hitting that devastating backbreaker onto Sky Blue, and then that's when Britt Baker hits that curb stomp onto Sky Blue, which was kind of a little bit botched, but it was alright. And Rebel was holding down Willow Nightingale outside the ring while Britt Baker got the 3 count. So yeah, Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter defeated Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale and Anna Jay and Ty Conti in the triple threat tag team match. That's what happened. It was a pretty good triple threat tag team match. I'll give that match 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. It was okay. But yeah, that's what happened there. And then after that, we see Top Flight backstage. Darius and Dante Martin get an interview, and we see the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler FTR come up, and they was talking about how they seen Top Flight last week doing great and stuff and almost winning the titles and all that. And then Top Flight was like, well, how about this? This Friday on Rampage, we face y'all for the titles in the dream match. So, and FTR accepts. So yeah, that's going to be the match this Friday. But up next on Dynamite, we got the Acclaim coming out. So yeah, we're going to see what they got to say up next. And later on tonight, we're going to be seeing Chris Jericho defending the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship against Tomohiro Ishii tonight in the main event for the title. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on AEW Dynamite. See you guys later until then. So the next thing that happened on AEW Dynamite now, before I talk about the main event for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship, there was one segment before that, actually, where we see the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens, with Billy Gunn, the Acclaim, make their entrance way down to the ring. Max Caster doing his rap, talking about how they retained the titles, and they got 2 new champions, MJF and Jamie Hayter, but the Acclaim retained the titles and stuff like that. Pretty good rap. But then the Acclaim gets into the ring and talking about how they retain the titles at Full Gear and how they will be facing anybody. But then they said that Anthony Bowens is feeling a lot more better with his shoulders. And then they was like, look, even Daddy Ass freaking can use his fingers now. So yeah, he unwraps his fingers and he can finally scissor people. So yeah. And then all of a sudden they started talking, and then we see Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh and Jeff Jarrett pop up on the big screen. The fans was chanting TNA sucks at Jarrett, and he says, y'all need to keep our damn names out y'all's mouths and stuff. And Billy Gunn was like, well, I got enough pull around here, so take them off the screen. And they took it off the screen, and then they said, scissor me, daddy ass, and they done scissoring, so yeah. But then we get to the main event. It was the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Chris Jericho versus Tomohiro Ishii for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship in the main event for tonight's Dynamite. And it was a pretty good match. It was going back and forth and everything. Jericho's chest was busted open actually at one point. At the ending, we see Ishii actually hitting the vicious lariat onto him while Jericho was sitting down, and Jericho barely kicking out too. At one point, we actually see Ishii hitting a codebreaker on the Jericho, which was pretty cool. And then he hit the lariat onto him again, pinning him, but Jericho barely kicking out too. and then Jericho locks on the walls of Jericho, but then he turns the walls of Jericho into the Lion Tamer because Ishii was about close to the rope. So yeah, he had a lock on the Lion Tamer, and then he makes Ishii tap out. So yeah, Chris Jericho defeated Tomohiro Ishii tonight in a one-on-one match and has retained the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. That's what happened. But then, after the match ended, Jericho gets out of the ring, goes up the ramp, and he's about to attack one of the Ring of Honor commentators. But then, while he's setting up for go attack him, we see Claudio Castagnoli come up, turning Jericho around, punching him, giving him a right hand. So yeah, laying Jericho out. But yep, that's what happened there for tonight's main event match. I'll give it 3 stars, or 3.5 stars. That's what I'll give it. Match of the night, I gotta say, was the Elite versus the Death Triangle. That was a really good match. That was match of the night. But yeah, for tonight's AEW Dynamite, I'll give it 7 stars, or 6.5 stars. I'll give it 6.5 stars. It was an okay episode, but MJF was even on it. And I really liked the segment with Jon Moxley and stuff. That segment was good. But yeah, that's why I'll give it the show. 6.5 stars. But still, it was a pretty good show. Go check it out if you have yet. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube. Subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris. And subscribe to this channel, Chris Bagels. And follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. I'll be down there in the description box. And yeah, I'll see you guys later for this Friday Night SmackDown reviews. And this Saturday's Survivor Series reviews. See you guys later until then.